Welcome back to From the Bench, everybody. As always, it's Eric, and today we get a first look at 2025-26 Upper Deck Series 1 Hockey Hobby. This box costs between $150 and $160 Canadian, plus tax wherever you are. Looking for 6 Young Guns in this box. Get 12 packs per box, 12 cards per pack. One of the Young Guns you're looking for in this is Ivan Demidov. There's 50 Young Guns in total. You're going to get 6 per box, so you can figure out the odds there. Looking for Ivan Demidov from the Montreal Canadiens. Looking for Jimmy Snuggerud from the St. Louis Blues. Looking for Ryan Leonard from the Washington Capitals, along with a bunch of other guys that could potentially be in here. So I'm going to turn the camera around, get right into it. On top of that, on top of looking for just the regular Young Guns, there's also different parallels of Young Guns. So per case, so the case comes in 12. For Series 1. Per case, you are going to hit 1 Young Guns clear cut. Okay, so you just get 1 Young Guns clear cut. You can see it through it. That's one of the chases. One of the extra parallels you're looking for. You're looking for the Deluxe out of 250. Another chase. Okay, you're looking for the Exclusives out of 100. Now they're on the front, but used to be on the back. So the Exclusives out of 100. Looking for a Red Outburst, 25. Another big chase. Looking for high glosses like we have back there out of 10. And you're looking for the Gold Outburst, 1 of 1s. That's the big chases, especially for Ivan Demidov. That would go crazy. And even your basic vets go for a decent amount for the 1 of 1s. All your rookies go for a good amount. Yeah, there's a monopoly on 1 of 1s right now, no matter what sport you're into. Hockey's no different than any of the other ones. And yeah, so we'll see how this goes. Move this over here. Boom, boom, boom. And we'll get right into it. So, first look at the pack. Connor McDavid on the cover, as per usual. This is box 40. 40. You guys been to room 40 before? Anyways, here's the base design. I'm not a big fan. You can't tell the lettering on any of these. So, anyways, for Monk Wildcat, Miromanov, Sakurensky. Like I said, just not my favorite design that they've ever had. I've seen there's issues with like the Young Guns high gloss with the numbering. It doesn't like. Anyways, you'll see later. Sakurensky, Nick Jensen. Made a terrible hit the other night. Cost them a goal. Michael McCarron. We got Mitnikov. Saw on the Hockey Card Gong show on Friday Nights of Phil. I had a crazy collection of him. First insert, we get the sizzle reel. So this is probably going to be, it's McDavid. I was going to say maybe this is like the Ooh La La from last year, but nope, this is sizzle reel. This is, he's got a couple good goals over the years. First Young Gun. And it's going to be Ozzy Weisblatt. So, first round draft pick, I believe in 2020. Talked about him a little bit in it, but so decent prospect, first rounder. And behind him is the UD portrait. So, a little bit better look at the Young Guns. This one's not bad because it's white along the bottom, but this is all just like a foil. So, it just like depends on how you're holding it. You can't really see it as well. I'm sure in some backgrounds, and if this was like against the boards, it might be a little bit harder. This one's kind of like consistent, so it's not as bad. The Young Guns, you can't really, once again, your whole brand here is Young Guns. So like, you should probably make it that you can read it easily. Just looking at overall condition, just for the first one here. Not bad. Any of the chipping that they had at the top the last couple of years? No chipping. A lot of the last couple of years had like a chip here or a chip here. Kind of get bit out of the printer. So, anyways, there's our first hit. Not a bad one. Like I said, their Nashville actually has a couple, like 3 first round rookies. Oh, I didn't take these out. So Nashville actually has a couple good options in this. Boom, boom. We'll cover up. We got Keith Yandel out back. We got Ivan Barbashev, and we got Matt Duchene. All the Young Guns high gloss. So Hopefully you can hit another one. Josh Morrissey in the portraits. So this is the first year of portraits. Portraits, they just kind of decide differently what they want every year. I don't mind this one. Kind of it gives me like, you know, a crime scene, a crime show kind of vibe. So there's the back of those. So boom. Have lots of inserts. You're going to get 3 hits per pack. Is what the new formation has been since the Bedard year. So, you know, now 2 years ago, they switched over to this. So Alex Turcotte. Ooh, we got an outburst. I think a Young Gun Outburst. There we go. Dylan Gunther. Buy rank. This is the thing I'm talking about where it's hard to see. Ryan Poehling, and we'll go down. It is for the Rangers. Hey, that's not bad. Gabe Perreault. Gabe Perreault. Like I said, it's hard to see the Young Guns part of this. It does kind of work with that. So here's our first look. Outburst has kind of stayed the same design. I could have went with Outburst. I didn't grab any Outbursts. I don't know why I didn't grab one. But Outburst kind of stayed the same design. Them switching from like the French Young Guns to the Outbursts, probably the best thing that Upper Deck has done in, I don't know, a very, very long time. Like, it's the difference in collectability between an Outburst Young Gun and a French Young Gun. Next level. You can also just, you know, tell that it's a different card, different parallel, where the French ones, half the time people didn't realize it. So that's a good hit. That's one of the top 10 Young Guns in the entire set, and we pulled an Outburst of them. So yeah, not gonna complain. Next up, tracking system. So this is the one that is like kind of the difference of like last year's Ooh La La. So you have to say it that way. They went very like gaming for a lot of stuff 2 years ago. And then compositions. So there we go. We used to have chemical compositions in the cup. One of the worst. Nobody wanted them. Couldn't sell those things we wanted to. So there you go. Compositions of Kyle Connor. Just signed a new big deal. So shout out Kyle Connor. So you let me know how many of you guys, if you guys are buying 1 box, 2 box, if you guys are getting it in breaks, whatever it is. Let me know what you guys think of the product. We got Nick Suzuki. We got Jamie Alexiak. We got Darcy Kemper. Sean Monahan. Actually played really well last year. He's up on like the top line, top power play, everything else with Columbus. Adam Fantilli's not on it for some reason for the top pairings. I don't know. Kind of odd to me. Another tracking system of Sergei Bobrovsky. So it's an insert we're going to hit quite a bit. Next Young Gun is... That's pretty good too. Ville Koivunen. So this is a guy that I kind of marked as has potential to actually do something this year. Maybe a little bit under the radar, but played pretty well in junior and you know the lower levels and everything else. So might get a chance later on this year to kind of do something. I don't think I believe he's down in the AHL to start. But Ville Koivunen, that's pretty good so far. Yeah, so we got the Finn. Boom. Put him over Ozzy here. I probably would rate him above Ozzy. Ozzy Weisblatt like took a guy out last night on Toronto. So Jacob Trouba, and we don't really care about the rest of the base. Goal oriented. So first look at this. Jack Eichel. What if Buffalo just, you know, let him get the surgery he wanted to? What if? All-time blunder. Once again, it's the Buffalo Sabres. They're not good. Josh Norris is out now, unfortunately. I took him out as a joke over a buddy of mine in fantasy hockey. And maybe that's what I get, that he gets now injured. But Adam Henrique, Jake DeBrusk, Mackenzie Blackwood. We got a pop count. See the pop counts for this year. Population count 500. Jared McCann. Okay, so they went with the... Like, focus here? There you go. So they went with like the Luke the Curtis background, kind of from like the renewed Young Guns last year. I like that. There we go. So Jared McCann, another good hit. I'll just leave it up. These are just where they're like a clear cut card. Won't make the backdrop. I believe he scored his like 400th point the other day in as a game winner. Thatcher Demko and Cup Quest of Zach Hyman. See if they can eventually do it. I laugh every time someone brings up like the Edmonton Oilers and they're like, they can't do it. They can't win with Stuart Skinner. They can't win with, they need the guys have made it to the Stanley Cup Finals 2 years in a row. Like, we're talking like these guys are the Buffalo Sabres. Like, it's wild. Darnell Nurse, Morgan Riley, Matt Coronado, Mark Scheifele. We got our first Dazzlers. First look at the Dazzlers this year. Morgan Geeky. And Young Guns canvas, maybe? It's a Buffalo State. That's Jordan Carr. No, Dylan Holloway. Dylan Holloway. So there's your first look at the canvas. We'll look at the Dazzlers first, just so you guys can kind of see them. Not so like sparkly. They remind me of one of the inserts from like Allure, I think it was. More of kind of like a gem pattern. If you know what I mean. So there you go. Nice little Dazzlers hit. And our first look at canvas. I actually like the canvas design a lot more than like the base design. Yeah, so there we go. Canvas cards. One of the best every year. And then Sebastian Aho in the composition. So if you're wondering, I don't know all the odds. You can check them out for when it comes to inserts, like composition, like all this other stuff. A lot of them are going to be pretty basic. There's not a whole lot of these that are going to be like super short print when it comes to inserts. Matt Dumba. Just another canvas. Connor Hellbuck. Andrew Kopp. Jakob Trenin. Goalie. Yeah. Igor Shesterkin. And how can you not love canvases? It's just the best pictures every year. Next one up is another Young Gun. It is Matthew Robertson. So this one, like, you get lost in like the shin pad and stuff. I don't know. Like, you can't tell because of like maybe we turn it the right way, but originally like you can't see what his name says. Yeah. Just that's my thing. And a Braden Point. So maybe I'm just picking it apart, but just probably not the design I'd go for. You put it over a couple. Once again, can't really tell Young Guns in that one. It's just the little things. Putting a border around something doesn't hurt. Tyler Bertuzzi, I know they're trying to switch it up every year, but Mark Kaselic, Adam Larson. You get Dawson Mercer, had a couple goals the other night. We have a speckled sizzle reel of Sam Reinhart. And we got a canvas of Tage. Nope, Thomas Harley. I thought that was like the Buffalo Sabres for some reason. So Thomas Harley down there for the Dallas Stars. And another composition. This one is of Sean Monahan. So he got a point per game last year. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Overall, so far, once again, this is not the norm. You're not going to... I believe it's 3 or 4 Young Guns Outbursts. I think it's 3 per case. Once again, you're going to get your 6 base Young Guns aside from that. And then all the other stuff. So, it's doing pretty good so far. Cam Fowler, Darlene, Frank Nazar. We got Gustav Forsling. We get canvas of Carter Verhaeghe. Really picked some good pictures this year. For the Panthers, another Young Gun. It is... There we go. What a box. What a box. Jimmy Snuggerud. So one of the big chases in this guy is kids lighting it up, getting every opportunity down there in St. Louis. Are we back? Am I back? Like opening products? Like I feel like everything I've opened lately, I've just got destroyed on, and this one I'm actually feeling pretty good about. So let's go see what we can do. They look like they're in pretty good shape. I'm like initial look, just 2 seconds into this, they might be off center, like left to right, for like grading purposes. But there you go. That's like your probably your second biggest chase in this entire product. Just because he's doing so much right from the get-go. Once again, he's playing on like the top pairing, I believe, or top two at least. I believe he's getting like first line power play minutes, everything else. Like I said, he's making the best of it. And a portrait of Matty Tkachuk, who's out for a couple months. So we got Tyler Toffoli, we got Sandine, we got Sam Carrick, we got Matty Beniers, we got an encore of Thatcher Demko. We got another young gun. Oh, let's go to it. Cam Lund. It's probably our first like whiff when it comes to a young gun. Sorry, look, we'll give Cam a little bit more love for a second. There we go. And then we got a sizzle reel of Cale Makar. So if you're looking for Michael Misa, if you're looking for Matthew Schaefer, if you're looking for all those guys, none of them are in this. Okay, Brady Martin, even Steve Buiam for the Minnesota Wild. They'll all be in Series 2 or Extended Series. Depends on how they do the checklist and stuff. Sometimes, like in the past 2 years, they did Bedard and Leo Carlson as your Series 2 because they can't put a guy in a product until he's actually played an NHL game. So that's why you don't have Michael Misa or Schaefer in this, because they had to, obviously, the season only started a couple days ago. They have to play in an actual NHL game. They didn't play in an actual NHL game, obviously, by the time they were producing this stuff. So they'll go in Series 2. They have held over some guys. Like last year, it was Will Smith for Extended Series. He didn't get in with Celebrini and Michkov and all the other guys that got into Series 2. The year before that, Fantilli and Logan Cooley end up getting held back until Extended Series. So just kind of give you guys an idea. Speaking of Michkov, wasn't even looking down there. Jake Gensel, Adam Fox, Miro Heiskanen, Jason Dickinson, another encore of Geno Malkin. So nice looking cards, kind of like a little bit of a texture to them. Kind of glossed over it last time, but nice little card. And another Cup Quest. This one is a speckled, so not super rare, of Kirill Kaprizov. So these are a nice little insert card if you that's what you're about. This is like a more glossy finish here, kind of a little raised, you can kind of see. And then this has like a little bit of a texture to it. So cool card. Compadres. I feel like we're gonna get like 3 more of those here in the next 2 packs. So let me know what you guys think of the product. Let me know if you guys are opening any once again. Always like to hear what everyone's doing, what everyone's hitting. We got Jared Spurgeon. We get another encore of Sebastian Aho. We got another Compadres of Kucherov. Did I call it or did I call it? And for the Columbus Blue Jackets, we got Owen Sillinger. Assuming it's Cole Sillinger's brother. I never even actually looked into that, but very much so. There's a lot of product. Like Kirby Doc's got a brother in this. Colton Doc, he's in this. Feels like a lot of places they'll just try to be nice and they'll draft someone's brother. Colorado did that with Cale Makar's brother. So feels like that's if you got an older brother and he makes it to the league, good chance you might get drafted by his team. So here we go. Checklist of Matthew Tkachuk and Nathan MacKinnon. We got Niels Hoglander, John Gibson. We got Jacob Markstrom. This is got a little bit of a. So this is Pavel Zacha. Jordan Kyrou behind it. Is it numbered or anything? Nope, just a blue parallel. So no numbering or anything. Sometimes they have a little bit of numbering. Jordan Kyrou and a bustle of Logan Stankoven. I don't feel like that's a crazy hit either. So, boom. Just like that. We're all done. That's, hey, once again, to get an outburst of one of the top 10 guys in this product, because I think you're going Demidov, Snuggerud, Dvorsky, St. Parak is in this, Ryan Leonard's in this, Gabe Perreault might be around there. There's a couple guys for Matthew Wood, Sam Renzel, Artem Leshinov for the. So yeah, he's probably like a top 10 young gun in all this. So get a ton of extra hits also. So that's kind of the thing nowadays. You get all this. So like every time you open a box, this is your insert pile. So this is your insert pile. Get rid of Alex Turcotte. So once again, 6 young guns. So we got Owen, Cam Lund, no young guns canvas, Matthew Robertson. So some nice cards. Dazzlers are nice. Everything else, said I like the designs for most of this stuff. I like the portrait design. I know some people really love like the old like historic one they did a couple years ago. It wasn't for me. Encore cards are nice. It's just like a nice little insert. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I feel like they did a good job. Once again, my box so far, like I said, the quality control on all this looks pretty good. Yeah, Jeremy Cam got a population count, so no like no parallels that are numbered. This is technically numbered because there's only 500 of this. They do a pop count 1,000, 500, 100, 50, 25, and maybe 101. I think this is kind of what they do, but so technically a numbered hit. Technically, we got a parallel and stuff, but no exclusives, no high gloss, no red outbursts, no 101s, obviously. They're a needle in a haystack. Even like there's so much of this produced, and it should be. And some people might complain about that. Oh my god, they make too many boxes nowadays. It's flagship. This is what it's for. You should be able to find it at every hobby shop, readily available. You should be able to get blasters and stuff from Walmart or Target if you're in the US, or wherever. You should be able to get tins and blasters and all this other stuff. Like this is what it's about. Kids collect young guns. Why? Because there's a million of them every year, and you can once again, there's like good potential. A base young gun which has 10,000 of them will probably sell for more than a base out of $299 or something like that, or out of $199 from Ultimate with no auto. Does it make any sense? No. Or Premier or any of the other products. So it's the Young Gun is undefeated. It's the once again, it is the gold standard for hockey cards. You have the grading potential, everything else, but yeah, once again, there we go. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. Once again, let me know if you guys hit anything today. Once again, who you're looking for, who you're chasing in the product. And for Eric from the bench, talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.